So seeing the recent news about Wendy's doing some shakeup with store closings, I thought I would bring it up and make a video, considering this is where I actually started my second job. I worked a ton of jobs in the food industry. So I worked 16 to 18 at Wendy's. So just thought I would break down some numbers and go over 5 points talking about this recent news and how it's gonna look like in the future for this brand. You know, this was originally founded by Dave Thomas in 1969. Their original single spot was in Columbus, Ohio, and now they have 7,100 locations worldwide. So let's talk about how they've been shaped over the years and what's to come. So with number one, they're reassessing the landscape. So in 2024, just a couple days ago, they just recently talked about they're going to close about 140 locations. It's part of a strategy to cut underperforming sites and of course focus on more high performing areas to expand upon with the brand. So these locations had very low AUM, or annual unit volume, of $1.1 million. And we'll talk about, comparatively speaking, what their average unit volume is here in just a second. So they're, again, remained focused on reinvesting in growth. So starting with the numbers from the 2024 QSR 50 annual ranking of limited service restaurants, they have system-wide sales of 12.3 billion. We have an average sale per unit of 2.06 million. Average units for franchisees is 5627, with company units at 403, bringing our total units in the United States at 6,030, with a net growth of 36 units from the previous year. So we've got some big plans, and we'll talk about those in just a second. So number two, we talk about a fresh approach to locations. Their pivot to close these underperforming units, it reflects a commitment to their system health. You know, they wanna focus on more favorable trade areas with better foot traffic and demographics. And you know, the result's gonna be newer restaurants with stronger financial outcomes. Of course, everyone wants that. So examining some of the locations that are in the state of Indiana really surprised me. But when I dug into the actual details, there were some things that stuck out and why I believe they are underperforming. So we have 182 units in the state of Indiana. And then I live in Carmel. It's one of the nicest suburbs throughout the whole state. And it has everything you'd want in a trade area. High household incomes, high traffic counts on some of these, thoroughfares, and we have high home values. One of the first locations I'm going to start with at 146 near River Road. It actually shuttered, had a very short tenure. It was a brand new construction about 5 to 7 years ago, I believe. An out parcel that was connected to some other B shops, local mom and pops. Again, it had a lot of good things going for it. Again, high traffic counts with 146, connecting these big cities in Hamilton County, Carmel, Noblesville, and Fishers. But it just had terrible access and really no real retail drivers other than, again, a handful of B shops with about 1,000 to 2,000 units of apartments. We look at the second location at 2370 East 116th Street. Again, this is a long-standing location, been around for 25 plus years, and it recently was renovated, and it's in an area that had a lot of construction through the major thoroughfares on Keystone Avenue. But the biggest thing here is this area of retail had a lot of dominant anchors. Think of Target, had a lot of inline, Finish Line, and then also had a grocery store, Marsh. And all that's gone away. So there's really no drivers at this particular juncture here, even though it's on a high traffic count location. And it's not surprising, it comes at 111th out of 182. So it's right at the lower end of the average of 24,000 visits plus per month. And with a long-standing vacancy of supermarket of Marsh, shuttered in 2017. It just recently got replaced by Neiman Harvest Market. So maybe that will change some things around this overall center. So when you talk about 3, we talk about menu innovation. So they've really doubled down to appealing to changing tastes with new menu items such as the salted caramel frosty or the Krabby Patty collab. And again, this is making sure your brand doesn't get stale, and this is not just about chasing short-term trends. It's really their broader strategy to capture different customer segments and drive that loyalty through these unique products. So in-store innovation like this reinforces their position against other heavyweights in the industry. So if we just even look at their website, they're pushing heavily online ordering, of course, app installs, and their website's very clean, very easy to navigate. Number 4, we're talking about smart scaling for profit. So all the nostalgia about Wendy's, this is a brand that's very tactical. So we have streamlined operations to maximize this profitability in these higher producing locations. We're leveraging growth. So they're aiming to open up 250 to 300 new locations in the coming year worldwide. And they're focusing on digital and AI-driven experiences. Of course, they've already tried surge pricing to reduce wait items and enhance customer experience. This is 17% of their sales now is coming from digital. That's a major driver of these initiatives. So number 5, and with our conclusion, what is the lesson here from the franchise standpoint, the overall industry? They really just don't serve their customers at Wendy's. It's really cultivating their loyal base, square burgers, if you will, things like that. These are the driving forces of these new initiatives they're going to do with the planned closures as well as the new openings here in the coming year. So they're really redefining their footprint to adapt to market trends. If you like this video, please like and share. And if you have any questions, of course, reach out. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.